All right, so the final portion, moving forward with your new identity. So in the beginning, we kind of assessed what was happening, a little background, and kind of figure out where we were. And then we start to form a new identity, what we wanted it to be and things like that. So now moving forward, basically, how do we move forward from here? So change doesn't have to be slow. Real change starts when a person truly wants it. So I already told you guys about my land investing story where I got out of it for a while because I was, thinking things have to be done a certain way. And then I hit rock bottom and I realized I deserve more and yada, yada, yada. But here's something that you guys don't know. So not long ago, I was having some trouble in my marriage. And because of the death of my mother, I was very withdrawn emotionally from my own family. And I was also not the easiest person to get along with. This is what happens when, instead of dealing with my emotions, I try to just work through it. As in, not work through it as in like work through the emotions, but just work and make money and business and all this other stuff. And because of that, my wife and kids didn't want to be around me anymore. And I was always blamed like, well, I need more money. I need this, I need that. And that wasn't what my family needed from me. And I thought because I was still doing the physical things, I'm picking up my kids, I'm doing this, I'm picking up the slack when I need to pick up the slack in the family, that things are good. Everything is task-based. But there was no emotion there. And I was mean about it. I complained. I was angry. And I didn't want to address the fact that my mom was gone and that hurt me. I didn't want to address the fact I didn't have the success I wanted in my business. I didn't address the fact that I'm stuck in the house because of COVID. And it wasn't until I had a friend that came that kind of pointed it out to me in terms that I could understand about how much of a dick I was being, that I'm like, oh my God, that's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. Oh my God, I didn't realize I was carrying around all this pain about my mom, thinking just because I wasn't breaking down every day that I was good, that I had all these problems. I didn't realize how I'm talking to my family and how I'm saying no to everything. And I don't want to be included in anything because I just want to be alone, how that's affecting my kids. So as soon as I had that conversation, it was that night I said, you know what? I am no longer willing to tolerate this situation. And I made a change. I'm like, I'm no longer the guy that doesn't express his emotions. I mean, it's still difficult for me, but that's not who I am anymore. I am no longer the person who doesn't want to be involved with the family. I am no longer the person who does not want to give and be vulnerable, or who just thinks money's the end all and be all just because I was broke for a while. That's not who I am anymore. It was in that moment I decided to change. There's still problems. There's still issues. I'm still grieving over my mom. I'm still going to therapy. Actually, I start to re-go to therapy since that realization. But my wife will tell you everything is different now because I decided to make a change of who I am and what was important to me. It was in that moment. It didn't take weeks. It didn't take days. It didn't take hours. I decided I don't want to tolerate this anymore. Is it going to be a stop to this right now? And that was it. And everything else, every type of decision that came my way, when my kids asked me for stuff, it wasn't just an automatic no without me thinking about it. It wasn't a call, get out of here, I don't want to talk to anybody. It was none of that anymore. My identity changed. She goes, my energy has changed. She feels differently around me. At one point, she's ready to take the kids and leave me. Now they don't want to get away from me. In that one moment. But I had to decide to make it a change. She could have nagged me all. And it's not like she wasn't nagging me before. I say nagging, but the point is, it's not like she was silent, living in silence. She was trying to communicate with me. I didn't understand. I didn't get it. Maybe I didn't want to get it. But at the end of the day, I had to decide I wanted to make things different. Not be for her, not for the family, but for me. That's who I wanted to be. Change does not have to be slow. It can start right away. Now, a lot of times for the confidence we need to make the change, we need experience. Most times if you try to ask someone to do something new, they kind of, I don't know, I've never done it before. Yeah, no shit, it's something new. So how do we get that experience? Well, obviously do it a little bit every day. Learn, if you're learning something new, experience it and repeat it. So if I'm learning how to play basketball, for example, Of course, I'm not going to be as good as an NBA player. You know, I may not even know how to dribble the ball properly, but if I do a little bit every day, just experience what I'm going through, just dribble, make the mistakes, not be attached to a certain outcome, just experiencing. It's like, okay, this is what it's like to dribble, or this is what it's like to dribble badly. And as I do it and get better and all that, just experience and repeat it. Then I get confident. That's experience. Also, the integrity part. Do what you say you're going to do. The results don't matter. Only thing that matters is the fact you've honored your word. So if I say, hey, look, I'm going to learn how to play some basketball. And I'm going to start with how to dribble. Well, as long as I go out there and I try to dribble, I'm good. It doesn't matter if I suck at it. It doesn't matter. It's like as long as I did it. I said I was going to do it and I did it. Practice the feeling of confidence. What people don't realize is confidence is a feeling that we can generate on command. The thing is, we often do the opposite. You think about something that is new, is scary, whatever, you're very good at generating that feeling of like, oh shit, I can't do it. I can't do that. And normally when we have those words, what emotions normally come up? You normally have a physical reaction in your gut or in your body somewhere where you're like, something doesn't feel good, right? You're worried about failing or whatever it is. But we can do the opposite. We can actually generate actual confidence. So getting over fear. Everybody's heard this one before. False emotions appearing real. FER, you guys heard this? Is that new? This is so cliche, it's not even funny anymore. You can create a sudden mind shift at will. So the same thing I kind of talked about a little bit. And you can put yourself in a different mind frame by using your emotions. A lot of people don't understand it. They think it's the other way around. People think their emotions control their mind, but in reality, your mind controls their emotions. It's the same way how we interpret facts in the world that are neutral and we color them the way we see them and how that makes us feel about something. Like in our example, we use money or income. We made ourselves feel that way. That's why we can generate confidence. That's why we can generate happiness. That's why we can make different decisions. So here's an exercise. I think I did this with you guys last year. This is actually pretty funny. So there's this phrase, birds don't poop at night. Now, to help demonstrate how you can change how you feel, if you say that phrase in different ways, you will actually physically feel different. Physically. So I can say that phrase as if I'm afraid. I can say that phrase as if I'm excited and happy. I can say that phrase as if I'm angry. Just trying to be that actor. I would love for you guys to try this. I would love for you because this is hilarious. I'll start first because it could sound really ridiculous, but this is great because this is very important to drive this point home. All right, so if I'm gonna say this like I'm afraid, birds don't poop at night. Oh, still a little nervous when I said it that way. Now, if I say it like I'm angry, birds don't poop at night. Get a little sweaty. I start to feel a little bit angry. Obviously, the emotion goes away because I stop saying the phrase and I get out of that mindset. But you can play with this in any way. And that phrase itself is so ridiculous, it kind of really drives the point home. No matter what the phrase is, you say it a certain way, you will generate that emotion. And you can use that moving forward.